tell us, what was the lure back to Perth?
Well, obviously getting to come home. Been with the family after 22 odd years, and it's something that I always wanted to do, was to play for Perth. I think it's a funny thing that people might not kind of believe that, after the time that I've had away and where I've been, but as a kid growing up, this was the first step that you look to, and I used to come and watch the games from the inaugural season, and it was something that when the opportunity came, I was interested in taking it, and obviously I know Richie as well from a long time ago. Also been in the national team, so that was good as someone that I was familiar with, and that I knew I would be happy working with.
How does it feel to be back so far?
Yeah, it's great. Bit stressful trying to get everything done, and obviously get into the house and get the kids sorted and all that sort of stuff. But obviously great to be back and be in familiar surroundings. Even though there's a lot that's changed over the years, but it's been really good.
What's it like in terms of, it's almost mythical what you've achieved? This guy from Perth who's gone on to the big stage. Now you're back. People, are you recognised out and about, or you probably haven't had much chance to be out?
No, that's the thing. I've been locked up in a room for a few weeks, but here and there, obviously the Liverpool connection's pretty global. It's even to this day, it's a surprise. Some of the places that I've been where it's that club has got a massive reach, and that's happened a couple of times here, but obviously not to the same extent of when you're over in Europe, for sure.
They spent a fair old time trouble getting out of Saudi in the first place. Then you're into quarantine. How long have you been able to get training?
It's only been a couple of days. Started in the gym with the fitness coaches, and obviously getting to know the new surroundings, and managed to get out yesterday and get the gloves on, which was good. Thankfully for me, the way the league's looking at the moment gives me a little bit extra time, so that works out well. It gives me time to get up to speed and crack on. But it was a fair delay to actually get here.
Bit of competition there with Liam. You had words yet?
Yeah, we've spoken. He's a good guy. I've known him from sort of over time. Never come across him that many times, but actually been in contact with him, through Instagram and things like that, because I was always following what the boys were doing over here. So, good to meet up with him and look forward to working with him. I think, there's always competition, but at the same time, goalies tend to be a pretty tight-knit group, and we're a different breed, so we're kind of set aside from the rest of the team. There might only be 4 of you, so it helps when you can get on and get the work done.
A friendly rivalry.
Yeah, that's it.
What's your assessment of the squad that you've seen so far? Obviously been looking from afar until you've actually got down here yesterday.
Yeah, from what I've seen, good group of young players especially. I think there's a good balance. Some of the more experienced boys there. But the first thing I noticed was the camaraderie in the dressing room. For me, coming in, sort of taking all that in, it's a good close-knit group, and I think that's important going into the season. Obviously, the boys had a tough time last year with the travel, and maybe that's helped them being around each other a lot. It's definitely a good vibe coming into the club, and I'm looking forward to getting out there with them and being able to train with them. But from what I've seen so far, it looks positive, and like I said, I look forward to getting out there with them.
You mentioned Gus. What's the connection there, and how far do you go back with him now?
I think we've known each other since we were maybe 14. State teams and things like that. So he actually went over to the UK the year before me, or 6 months before me, and we shared a lot in common, and like I said, have known each other for a long time, and never been sort of together as such. We've always been at opposite ends of the country and things like that, but I know him well from the national team and those experiences. So somebody sort of, like I said, that's familiar, that I know, and I know how he works. I know what his ideas will be. and somebody that I can see myself working well with. For me, that's important. I wasn't interested in going just anywhere and working with anyone. It had to be the right move for me, and like I said, this appealed to me. And working with these people in this group was a massive pull. Yeah.
Apart from the pull of coming home, Gas was a big part of this.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I don't want to work for just anybody. And he's a young coach coming in, but from what I've seen and what I know of him, I think he's got a bright future as a coach. And if I can help a little bit with my experience in the dressing room, then that'll be good, and I'll do what I can.
You showed me just now the fingers.
Oh yeah,
Tape there.
No, it's all precautionary, but got to look after the tools.
How many strips do you use a day?
Oh yeah, quite a bit. It's the tape companies like me.
It's all biodegradable.
Yeah.
Friendly.
That's great.
Is it important that you play for a successful club?
Yeah, as well. I think over the past few years, I've chosen, sort of selected where I've gone, and I've been fortunate. From my time at Liverpool towards the end there, the club became successful, and I wanted more of that. But I wanted to be to be out there playing, and my time in Holland was very successful, and something that was a massive step for me to become a first keeper, and also to achieve what we achieved. And Saudi was the same. I wasn't going there just to play for anyone, and I did my research and made sure that the club was going to be challenging, and fortunately, I managed to get some trophies there as well. So I'm looking for the same thing here. But like I said, from what I've seen is positive, but we need to work, and I need to be able to, to put my experiences to the boys and try and help them as well.
Don't want to sound flippant, but I take it you've got no interest in being a backup keeper. You're here to be the number one.
No, I think I would have said that through all the years. Anybody that's out there playing wants to be on the pitch. I think as a goalie, you tend to be kind of, people look at it a little bit different, but the two boys training behind me now probably want to be the number one as well, so I don't think it's any different.